Somewhere in the ocean right now, there's a creature that, when injured or old or starving, doesn't die. It simply reverts. Its cells rebuild themselves backward into an earlier stage of life, and it starts over. Scientists call it biologically immortal. Now ask yourself, what if that wasn't just a strange jellyfish? What if it was you? What if death simply didn't exist? Let's start with what's actually real, because this isn't pure fantasy. That creature is called Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish, and it can cycle back to a juvenile stage indefinitely. Naked mole rats are almost as strange. They show barely any increased risk of death as they age, and they're remarkably resistant to cancer, defying almost everything we assume aging has to mean. Lobsters take it even further. Most of their tissue keeps producing an enzyme called telomerase throughout their entire life, the same enzyme that repairs the protective caps on our DNA every time our cells divide. In most animals, including us, that repair system slowly stops working, which is a large part of why we age at all. Lobsters barely slow down. Left alone, with no predators, no disease, no accidents, there's no clear biological reason a lobster ever has to die of old age. In the wild, something else almost always kills them first. But old age, on its own, isn't what ends them. Even human cells have flirted with this. In 2012, researchers discovered a way to partially reprogram old, damaged cells back toward a younger state, using what are now called Yamanaka factors. In mice, this didn't just slow aging. In some tissues, it appeared to partially reverse it. Nobody has done this safely in a full living human. But the door that used to be firmly shut, labeled biologically impossible, is now just labeled extremely difficult. So let's actually run the thought experiment. What happens to a world where nobody dies starting today? The math turns violent almost immediately. Global population, already past 8 billion, would keep climbing with nothing to offset it. Not war, not disease, not age, nothing. Within a century, we could be looking at a planet trying to feed, house, and support tens of billions of people who simply never leave. Every hospital bed occupied today stays occupied. Every resource gets split thinner forever, with no natural mechanism to ever balance the equation again. Here's the part that's stranger than the math, though. Even if we solved resources completely, unlimited food, unlimited space, unlimited energy, something else breaks. Psychologists have a real framework for this called terror management theory. The idea is that an enormous amount of human meaning, ambition, art, love, even urgency itself, is quietly built on the fact that time is limited. Studies using this framework have found that when people are reminded of their own mortality, they cling harder to meaning, relationships, and purpose. Almost like awareness of the ending is what makes people take the story seriously at all. So what happens when that ending simply isn't there anymore? Would you still rush to tell someone you loved them? Would you still finish the project this year? Or would there always be more time, forever, so nothing ever quite needs to happen today? There's a real irony hiding in all of this. The creatures that come closest to true biological immortality, the jellyfish, the mole rats, don't write books, fall in love, or build civilizations racing against a clock. Maybe the ambition that built almost everything humans are proud of was never in spite of death. Maybe it was because of it. So here's the real question this leaves behind. If you actually got to live forever, starting tomorrow, with nothing left to lose and unlimited time to eventually get around to everything, would you actually become more? Or would you quietly become less? If you want to know what happens to a mind that genuinely lives for centuries, whether memory itself can even hold that long, that might be our next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it.